Hi guys. Today we're going to discuss, I had a lot of phone calls for laser hair removal today, which I like because it's our premium service here at the spa. However, I feel like I'm answering the same questions over and over again. So I'm going to go through, I've already been doing it. I did it yesterday. I pulled all of the questions that were under my my videos on YouTube, and I'm going to answer those questions and not in a particular order. And if you have a question as well, you can drop it down. We're going to start off with these questions because these are the common questions that I am getting in the spa about laser hair removal. And then we'll go into mindset and confidence building. And you know what? We'll talk about how laser hair removal helps in relation to building your confidence, which is a really big thing. And if you are here today, I want to know where you are from. I am Danielle. I am the owner of HueVine Med Spa. I teach about confidence building as well as skincare treatments inside of the spa, and I'm located in Metro Detroit. It's a suburb. Lather Village is a suburb right outside of Metro Detroit. I can do a green screen. Oh, wow. I can even show y'all about ingrown hairs, and I did not do a green screen. Let's see. I'll put ingrown hairs in my background. I did a live on this the other day. Alright, you can see the green screen background and what they look like. This is cool. Hi, Deborah. You just need more money, sir. She won't care what you look like if you have more money. You don't have enough. So, let me see. I didn't know I could do a green screen, y'all. I'm going to pull up some videos and I'll put, you know what? I'll put up the image of one of my clients who has ingrown hairs, and the ingrown hairs were causing her a breakout. So she ended up coming in to get laser hair removal, and I'll just keep that up in the background because I didn't know that I could do green screens in my background. So I'll start to do that now. Hi. Where are you from? If you join the chat, let me know where you are from and I'll shout you out, especially if you are international. I love my international audience because it lets me know the trends in the industry and what's going on across these. Okay, so if you are just joining me today, I am going to answer not all, I think I get a lot of them in, of the most common questions that we get here for laser hair removal. And then we'll start to go over how laser hair removal does help with your confidence, which you all know if you have gotten it done before or if you have not gotten it done before. So bear with me as I scroll through my videos. And this image, if you're just joining me, is an image of an individual. We took a picture of this. She came in. Hi, Human in Florida. Hi, Charlene. She has ingrown hairs, and she came in for a consultation, and we found out that, you see this right here, this is the tip top of a hair that wants to come out that's in this inflamed area. And then if you zoom in right here, you'll see where the hairs are trapped in. Hi, how are you? Where are you from? And laser hair removal helps with this as well. But in the meantime, you know, guys know I'm going to talk about it. Power gel, which is, I gotta put it in front of me, our go-to product for any of our clients who have persistent breakouts or acne. If you are a person who has been breaking out forever and you tried everything and you do not have an answer, Power Gel. It is a clinical grade product. It is not over the counter. You have to buy it specifically from us. I don't sell it in stores. It is specifically, I can't get it out. Leave me alone. And I know y'all laughing. Somebody clipped me yesterday. Don't clip me. Okay, so power gel, and it helps with lactic acid, glycolic acid, salicylic, kojic acid. So it's not only going to keep the pores turned over, it's going to exfoliate the skin, chemically based, as well as help to lighten up the area. Now we're going to go into some of these questions. I'm going to search my videos. And how much is laser hair removal? I'm going to tell you guys straight up. The reason why the price in laser hair removal varies is because of the type of skin and hair you have. In order for you to get great results and really see a difference in laser hair removal, you have to be treated for your specific type of skin and a specific type of hair. I'm going to tell you something else that a lot of people don't want to hear. I know that the industry standard is to tell everyone that 6 treatments is enough. That's not true. The only clients that can do 6 treatments and get great results are clients that are of a lighter skin tone and have darker hairs because of the way that the laser works. So when you're calling around and asking how much laser hair removal costs, the reason why you won't get a straight answer, because it really is on an individual level and how your skin reacts to it. I know what clients can get 6 treatments, but those are not the clients who call to the spa. The darker your skin tone, the longer, the more treatments that you have to do, because you cannot increase the energy like you could on a lighter skin tone. This skin tone can go a very, very high energy to remove the hairs. So they can go higher, faster, 6 treatments. The darker the skin tone, you cannot go as high in the energy and the depth as for, you cannot, because you risk burning the client. Clients don't understand that. They feel like they're not getting the results, and they think that the marketing is just generalized. So when you call in and you ask about how much laser hair removal is, they're never going to tell you, because they cannot stick to the result. I mean, they cannot stick to that quote through the phone without seeing you. They can't do it. So it really is redundant to call. It's not that we don't want to tell you how much it costs. It won't help you. And if you have any questions outside of the ones that I'm getting in up under these videos, drop them down in the chat. Even wherever you are, I can answer these questions. I've been doing this for a very long time. Okay? Okay, so the next question is, how exactly does laser hair removal work? So laser hair removal works by targeting, the laser technology will target the hair itself inside of the skin. So it notices the pigment. The darker the hair, the lighter the skin, the better the result, because the laser can see the pigment in the hair immediately. It doesn't have to tell the difference between the hair and the actual skin. So the darker the hair, the darker the skin, you can't turn it up because the laser is having a hard time focusing in on the hair. The lighter the skin, the darker the hair, the laser can see the hair immediately. Treatment done. That's exactly how it works. So how it works is it sends energy down that hair shaft and makes a little explosion. I hate, it sounds bad, but it makes a little explosion, which we call like a little prick. When you get laser hair removal, that little prick is a little bitty explosion high that you experience down in the follicle. And you do that over time, and it's damaging the follicle on the inside, not on the outside, because outside would be absolutely gorgeous. And eventually the hair will stop growing. So that's how laser hair removal works. Okay, I want to get through these fast. I want to talk about what I want to talk about. And I just want to get this out the way when people call in. Thank you so much for the compliment. I think I'm even going to send these, any questions that they have. I'm going to break these up and send these questions to them as far as when they're calling over the phone, because the phone was crazy. Can laser hair removal be permanent? It cannot be permanent. No, thank you so much. No matter what anybody says, laser hair removal is not permanent. The only FDA approved treatment that is permanent for hair removal is electrolysis. However, I have known people who have came to the spa to get laser hair removal because they went to an electrolysis over a long period of time and still did not achieve a permanent result. So it's really whatever you pick your poison. Either you're going to go to somebody who's going to do it one by one by one by one, and you pray and hope that it's permanent, or you're going to go to a place that can do, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for the compliments today. You go to someone who can do more of an area faster, which is laser hair removal, and you'll get the same type of result. I lasered my face from the eyes down to the neck, and I probably do touch-ups maybe twice a year because I'll get like, hi, Kathy, I'll get like thin hairs that will come out. Very, very fine at them. And I won't even notice that they're there until I look in the mirror, or I'll feel like a hair, and then I'll go in and I'll laser it off. My clients come in for touch-ups. I want to say twice a year. I'll see them. Sometimes maybe once a year. One of my clients, I didn't see her for years, maybe like 4 years. And then she popped up. I did like 2-3 treatments. And then I haven't seen her again. She just went away. So touch-ups are necessary, but the hair will never grow back how it was when you first got your treatments, before you were done with your first cycle. A lot of my clients are cycling out. That's why I put out a promotion for laser hair removal too. Another question is, and I'm going to look up in the medical journals for this one, because this is a common question, which I was taught that it is not true, but I'm going to reference the medical journals for this question, just so you guys know I do not speak from a place of ignorance. I speak from a place of knowing. And if I tell you 1000%, maybe something came up about this, that where they're finding out something different. The question was, can laser hair removal give you cancer? I know that it cannot, but I'm going to read you guys exactly what the medical journals say about laser hair removal and cancer. Hi guys, where you guys from? You saw I put some lipstick on today. Usually I just come in here, I curl my hair before we just make sure it's nice and done. I don't have any makeup on my face. If you're new here, you know that I don't wear makeup on my face during lives, because I want to show you guys exactly what our products can help you achieve. I have cystic acne. Go back and check the old videos. So if you don't know, now you know. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys an actual quote. Okay, so we are going to pull, so go back to the question, and I'm going to give you guys the answer. I knew this answer, but I wanted to give you guys a direct quote, which you can look up, and I'll include it. I'm going to chop these videos up of this question, and I'll include it in the description so you can click the link to the medical journal that you can reference this from. I knew this, but I'm going to let you guys know the exact reason why. Can laser hair removal cause cancer? No, it cannot. According to the Cancer Council of Australia, which has some of the highest rates of sun, right? I'm going to give you an excerpt. Laser hair removal uses non-ionizing radiation, which is not strong enough to affect the structure of your cells, including their DNA. This means it cannot cause cancer. The type of radiation used during the different UV radiation from the sun or solariums can cause DNA, which causes cancer. The laser technology inside of the machine is not strong enough to change the DNA of your skin cells. Like the sun, like stronger lasers, it's not strong enough. It will not give you cancer. It will not. It cannot give you cancer. And that is from a medical journal. Again, I will cut it up, put that down. And again, I'm reading all the questions that people ask me constantly every day. I'm going to answer them all and send them to them. So I feel like I'm a Dick the Bird. Y'all remember Dick the Bird from Flintstones? I feel like I'm a Dick the Bird answering the same questions over and over and over and over again. They cannot, okay? How are you guys doing today? I know here it's like so much traffic in the Metro Detroit area, as well as the temperature is not that bad, but it's still a little teeter-totter, make you go to sleep. Hot, but kind of sleepy hot, a little humid. Let's see the next question. What to know before laser hair removal? Oh my God, I got one straight off the top. A question that if you are a person that has been plucking, aka tweezing, waxing, sugaring, doing anything to remove the hair from the root, once you decide that you want to start receiving laser hair removal, you have to stop using removal methods that take the hair out of the follicle. So shaving is okay if you do it in the correct way. Remember, we did a lesson on shaving the other day. Depilatories are okay, where you put the cream on and it removes the hair from the skin, from the surface of the skin. It does not remove the hair from the follicle, because remember, the energy of the laser has to travel down the shaft inside of the follicle. It has to travel down the shaft inside of the follicle. So if you do not have a hair, how can you get proper treatments? And another problem is a question that I always get. I started getting laser hair removal and now more hair is growing on my face. It's like it's activating my hair growth. It's activating my hair growth, which absolutely, the phone is off the hook, y'all. Let me see if I can press pause on this or mute. Okay, I don't know if that was on mute or not, or if y'all heard me. Like I told y'all, my client's been coming here for years, and one of my clients she had her third baby, and she's like, I gotta come late, and do you think I could bring the baby? Like, yeah, you can. You'll be the one of the last, literally the last person of that day, and I'm squeezing her in. So, what was the next question? Oh, one of the most common questions that people ask me is about hair growth on the face. I started getting laser hair removal and more hair is growing. When in actuality, you were plucking, you were tweezing, and in your mind, you were plucking the same hair over and over again. So to you, you only have 1, 2, 3 hairs on your face. Hair takes 4 to 6 weeks to grow back, sometimes 8 weeks, depending on how long it takes for your hair to grow back. There is no way possible that every few days you are plucking the same hair. You are plucking different hairs. So when you stop plucking and start shaving, now all of the hair is growing in at one time. And in your mind, it's more hair growing in, but in actuality, all of the hair is just starting to grow in at one time. And a great benefit about laser hair removal is you do not have to wait for the hair to grow back in between time to get your treatments, how you would have to wait if you were doing waxing or sugaring. You know, you have to wait for the hair to get a certain length. You don't have to do that. You can shave it in between sessions and you don't have to walk around with a hairy face. So that's a very big misconception that laser hair removal is making more hair grow on your face, when in actuality, I guess that's my favorite word when I say, gotcha, what is this about? So we're talking about laser hair removal, and I'm answering all of the common questions that I get over the phone and under my videos if you are just joining us. And you let me know where you're from if you are just joining us as well. So now let's get to... No, that's a side effect depending on the color of your skin. It is a side effect. It is. That's why you go certain places and it's just oh, you're in Alaska. Oh, come on, Alaska. Oh, so beautiful. I thought about taking the Alaskan train scenic tour with my son. You know did you guys know you could do that in certain areas that have like very, very lush surroundings? You can take a train ride for like 3 to 5 hours, depending on the area. And they'll just drive you on a route where you just eat, sit, relax, and you just take in the atmosphere. Alaska has that. That's how I know. Okay, Sigma with Alaska. Okay, so will laser hair removal affect tattoos? Yes, it will. You cannot get laser hair removal where you have tattoos present because the heat from the laser will boil. I won't say boil, that's such a strong word, but it will heat up the actual color inside of the tattoo. So that's why a lot of people say that they get like a blister if the laser goes over that area, because what will happen is that color will start to boil up, and it's a liquid. If you heat up a liquid that is not natural to the skin of what the laser is used to, what is it going to do? It's going to heat up. What does hot liquid do? Boil. That's why I use the term boil. You can get a blister. Sometimes you can get it where the color diminishes, like laser hair removal. Will it feel like you're sunburned in that area? No, it'll be a blister. It'll be a slight blister. Hi, Kimmy. How are you? Okay, so we're going through these questions. I'm going to get these questions out the way. I'm going to chop them up and I'm going to let them live on my page. So if anybody has a question, if they call over the phone, I almost want to send them the video like, here you go. Please don't ask me that again. I'm tired of answering that same question. I've been answering for years. Where can you get laser hair removal? You can get laser hair removal on just about any place on your body, from your cheeks, your chin. I'll get you in a minute, Sigma. Your neck. The only place that you cannot get laser hair removal, and I've seen places that do it, I just would not. I would not. And the reason why is using it to clean up and outline your eyebrows. That laser is not a pinpoint like if you did electrolysis. Eyebrow shapes change, and you can run the risk of you ending up with a weird shape, or it's not more, it's not for beauty. If y'all get what I'm saying? Laser hair removal is for efficiency and making things better. It's not really for the beautification. It's going to make it pretty after the hair is gone, because that's what you deem is beautiful. However, it is not for creating shapes. You can't do that. You can do it in the ears, you can do it on the knuckles, you can do it everywhere. I've done it on any and everywhere you can think of with my clients, except for the eyebrows. I have some clients who I've done the eyebrows in the middle, and that is a very good treatment, especially if you are a person that has cystic acne and you find that you get cysts under here. I think that's where my cyst came from, between my eyebrows. I think it came from waxing that area, and then the hair was so soft and it was hard to grow back. So how long does the hair stay away? Once you finish your entire cycle and you get results that you are satisfied with, you should do touch-ups, maybe like I said, up to 2 to 3 times a year. I have a lot of clients who come in twice a year. I do my treatments maybe once or twice a year. It just depends on how your hair is and how you grow. But it will never grow back fully how it was when you first got it done. Never. Never once have I seen someone's hair grow all the way back. Okay? Let's get the next question. You have questions? Your skin is flawless. I'm 23 weeks and my skin is so dry and breaks out. Tips for skincare during pregnancy is what I use doesn't work anymore. Are you taking your multivitamin still? My skin was, thank you. First of all, thank you for the compliment. Are you taking your multivitamin still, Kimmy? Because when I was taking my multivitamin, and especially from the placenta vitamins, my skin was, baby, while I was pregnant. I've seen women who have extreme breakouts while they are pregnant, but my skin was absolutely gorgeous during that time, and I attribute it to the pills that they were giving us while we were pregnant. Are you not taking your pills anymore, or does that just not work for you? Because if so, I can put you what I do. What is a placenta vitamin? The placenta itself is a vitamin. So, fun fact, after I gave birth, I actually had a midwife come in, take my placenta, and turn it into capsules. And I didn't go through that much postpartum. I know women, postpartum is a real thing, and when I speak about it, I'm not speaking from a place of experience, because I didn't go through a lot of postpartum depression, because I did get my placenta dehydrated and made into capsules. I have, but I look amazing too. So don't try it. Yes. So you live in UK is driving me insane. My makeup doesn't sit nice anymore either. Do you feel like it's just breakouts? Do you feel like you're just having and if you're new to this channel, no, that's not a compliment. Sorry. If you're new to this channel, I'm going to speak highly. This is the formulation that I developed using the medical journals and my research, and I tested it. It sure did, Sigma. Thank you so much. People know exactly what they do. They try to play dumb after you call them out and act like you didn't know. That was a compliment. No, it wasn't. Get out of here. Lactic acid. So breakout, but very dry. So you need something to stop the breakouts and to moisturize your skin. Have you been exfoliating? Because one thing I've learned about clients when they come into the spa and they say that their skin breaks out and or is oily and very dry at the same time, it's usually covered in dead skin cells. It's usually covered in dead skin cells, and okay, I just put him in timeout. I've never done that. I never had to put somebody in timeout before. That was incredibly rude, because I'm trying to really teach her something that I experienced as an esthetician. When people come into the spa, they will complain about dry, oily skin, or they'll complain about breakouts in dry, oily skin. And a lot of times, I find that they're not properly exfoliating. So what they perceive as dryness is actually dead skin covering their face, and they can't exfoliate because they're having an active breakout. So when you are having an active breakout and you have dead skin cells and you have dry skin, I recommend using a chemical exfoliant instead of a manual exfoliant. A manual exfoliant, depending on where your breakout is on its journey or in its cycle, you can spread it. But if you use a chemical exfoliant, it won't spread. You're just gonna treat the area. You're not opening up any pustules. You're not breaking any skin. You're just constantly, it's going to constantly keep turning over those skin cells. And as you wash your face, apply the serum, which is power gel, and then that would help to not only calm the breakout, make the breakout go down, it will help with the hyperpigmentation. I'm struggling to exfoliate like I used to because of the breakout. Exactly. You can't exfoliate. Manual exfoliation is where you take, I'm sorry, Kimmy, if you don't, please don't get offended, but when people come on this page, I always speak in a way that uh, they don't know anything about what I'm talking about. I'm not speaking to you as though you are like in a condescending tone. So when you, manual exfoliation is when you take a rag, a loofah, a sponge, something, and manually remove the skin cells. A chemical exfoliant is when you find chemicals that are naturally going to exfoliate the dead skin cells, like a lactic acid, a glycolic acid, a salicylic acid, which are all found in here, as well as kojic for the hyperpigmentation. That in itself is, once you treat it to the area, all you're doing is applying the chemical, and it's naturally going to help you to start to shed those dead skin cells, which would help with the breakouts as well. I have really dry skin and nothing seems to work. Like, I go to bed after moisturizing and wake up and my skin is super flaky. Will that help? No problem, Kimmy. You're very welcome. I have really dry skin. It could be a couple things. It could be your house can have dry air in it. Sometimes people try to add humidifiers and to your room. That will really help with, hold on one second, y'all. My phone not charging. Because I'm going on live. I think it's going to die. Hold on, let me see. Now, this phone is 100%. This phone is 1%.